The work goes on, the cause endures, the hope still lives, and the dream shall never die.
I have lived a blessed time. Now with you, I look forward to a new time of aspiration and high achievement for our nation and the world.
My brother was the first president of the United States to state publicly that segregation was morally wrong. His heart and his soul are in this bill. If his life and death had a meaning, it was that we should not hate but love one another. We should use our powers not to create conditions of oppression that lead to violence, but conditions of freedom that lead to peace.
Those of us who loved him and who take him to his rest today pray that what he was to us, what he wished for others, will someday come to pass for all the world. As he said many times in many parts of this nation, to those he touched and who sought to touch him, some men see things as they are and say, why? I dream things that never were and say, why not?
The Kennedys are not in public service to make money. We have paid too high a price.
If his name was Edward Moore, with his qualifications, with your qualifications, Teddy, if it was Edward Moore, your candidacy would be a joke.
We should not have any talk about personalities or families. I feel that we should be talking about the people's destiny in Massachusetts.
This country is not prepared to sound retreat. It is ready to advance. It is willing to make a stand, and so am I. Today I formally announce that I'm a candidate for President of the United States.
I will run for re-election to the Senate. I know that this decision means that I may never be president, but the pursuit of the presidency is not my life. Public service is.
I would understand full well why some might think it right for me to resign. For me, this will be a difficult decision to make.
No problem that we have here in Massachusetts is more important than providing medical care for our senior citizens. I believe that it is essential that we provide a medical care program which is financed under Social Security.
As long as I have a voice in the United States Senate, it's going to be for that Democratic platform plank that provides decent quality of health care, north and south, east and west, for all Americans as a matter of right and not a privilege.
For me, this is a season of hope. New hope for a justice and fair prosperity for the many and not just for the few. New hope. And this is the cause of my life. New hope that we will break the old gridlock and guarantee that every American, north, south, east, west, young, old, will have decent, quality health care as a fundamental right and not a privilege. Join in this historic journey to have the courage to choose change. It's time again for a new generation of leadership. It is time now for Barack Obama. This November, the torch will be passed again to a new generation of Americans. So with Barack Obama, and for you and for me, our country will be committed to his cause. The work begins anew. The hope rises again, and the dream lives on.
We are the party. We are the party of the new freedom, the New Deal, and the new frontier. We have always been the party of hope. So this year, let us offer new hope. New hope to an America uncertain about the present, but unsurpassed in its potential for the future.
If by a liberal, they mean someone who looks ahead and not behind, someone who welcomes new ideas without rigid reactions, someone who cares about the welfare of the people, their health, their housing, their schools, their jobs, their civil rights, their civil liberties, someone who believes we can break through the stalemate and suspicion that grips us. If that is what they mean by a liberal, I am proud to be a liberal.
It is good to be back in the United States Senate after brief absence. I'm very thankful to so many of our colleagues this side of the aisle and on the other side as well that wish me well. Matter of fact, there were a number of those on the other side of the aisle that urged me to take even additional time, and the Senate could function very well without my presence.
And someday, long after this convention, long after the signs come down and the crowds stop cheering and the bands stop playing, may it be said of our campaign that we kept the faith. May it be said of our party in 1980 that we found our faith again.
For all my years in public life, I have believed that America must sail towards the shores of liberty and justice for all. No, there is no end to that journey, only the next great voyage. We know the future will outlast all of us, but I believe that all of us will live on in the future we make.